niece Lola. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Do you wish to continue? There's the warning, folks.
That walk was brutal, but this cabin is amazing. Full kitchen, running water, it really has everything.
Finally, a place I can read a good book in peace.
I can't wait to Achoo! I'm sorry, everyone. It must be the dust. Get those allergies under control, Mariah.
Don't worry, guys. I'm sure with a little elbow grease we can make this cabin shine.
So, are you volunteering to clean, Gregor?
No.
Not many supplies here. Guess we'll have to go out to get what we need. There's a fireplace for making stew, so let's gather up some firewood, okay?
Leave that to me, little guy.
I'll tidy up around the cabin. Need to save Mariah from dying due to this dust. Hey!
Allergies are nothing to joke about, Karen.
She's not dead yet, Pipsqueak. Calm down. Thanks, Antoli.
I think I'll go foraging outside. With over 450 mosses, 900 fungi, and 70 slime molds, there's bound to be treasure up here.
Roughing is fun! Oh, my bad. Roughing, it is fun! Antoli knows so much about edible foods. We're in good hands. I think the slime molds will be the most delicious.
Most certainly not.
What about the fungi? Do you even know which ones are poisonous, Antoli?
I could figure that out.
You can be the canary in the coal mine, Antoli. I'm not ending up a corpse here.
Keep both eyes open, little guy. Plenty of wolves and brown bears around.
They won't be a problem. I read up on 10 different techniques to incapacitate them. Number 1 is...
Antoli!
Oh yeah, sorry Mariah. Got carried away again, haha.
I'll have Antoli look for food. I'm definitely better at warding off wild animals.
If we come up empty-handed, we can always eat some of the food we've brought.
You mean the emergency rations? Bad idea, chum. Hey, Antoli and Mariah are getting the food. Gregor is gathering the firewood. That makes you our designated chef.
Everyone's looking at you expectantly. Not.
Very excited to try your cooking.
Alright, everyone. Let's go to work while there's still sunlight. Later.
Mariah, Anatoly, Gregor. The three exit the cabin, leaving you and Karen alone.
I think Antoli put the supplies in the kitchen. Thanks for helping out with the cooking.
Tutorial. To save the game, right-click or hit the escape button on your keyboard to pull up the menu. This menu will also allow you to adjust volume levels or exit to the title screen to view unlockables. Please note, going back to the main menu or exiting the game without saving will remove progress you've made. Be sure to save.
Yeah, make sure you remember that because this is a long game. Do you have any experience making meals? So you can say nothing, you can say preferably not, I'm extremely lazy, or you can say, of course.
I like making microwavable meals a lot, so...
Well, I appreciate your honesty. Let me know if you need help with anything. I'm pretty good with a knife.
Karen looks pleased with your answer. Perhaps this is the beginning of a wonderful relationship. Karen will remember that.
So there's friendships in the game.
Relationship bonding.
Anyway, going to check out the living room. Let's talk later.
Karen heads to the living room and starts dusting a little bit. You decide to look around the kitchen to find ingredients for the meal tonight. Tutorial, you never know what you'll find around the cabin. Clues and secrets may be revealed by searching an area more than once. Why not give it a try? What area do you want to search first?
So the art is unbelievable. I had to mention that. But
Ugh, cobwebs.
I know.
There's nothing but cobwebs back here.
No
Thankfully, no spiders.
spiders? Thank goodness. We don't need no spiders
Drawers.
here.
You check the drawers on the left. Dust some dirty knives. Cupboards? The first three cupboards are empty. Naturally, you must have put the supplies somewhere else. Check behind the wood pile again. You look at the wood logs closer. This just found Norway spruce. Drawers? You check the drawer above the mouse hole. Somehow the mold is growing in this one.
Ew.
Maybe Karen will find it appetizing. Cupboards. You check the cupboards again. Just some mouse turds and cobwebs.
Ew. Wood pile?
Wood pile. The Norway spruce won't burn as hot as logs from an oak tree. These would be useless during a snowfall. You check the jar above the wood pile. Something is making it difficult to open. You pull it open with all your might.
Wee! Cabbage! It's time! Trumpet, sound off! Onion! Never fear, Onion is here! Like my cousin Cornbread says, I'll rise to the occasion. Raspberry! Always merry, raspberry! Potato? Cabbage stuffed me into this drawer. I'm pretty sure this counts as kidnapping. We're the Chompets! Why talk with those boring humans? All I have to give you is drama. I mean, true? Come chat with us instead. We'll share valuable recipes you can cook.
Okay, 1 second. If vegetables started talking to me, I would think I was insane.
We'll share with you our secret Chompet recipes. Collect them all to become a 5-star chef.
Tutorial. You can find unlocked recipes in the main menu under Extra. But be sure to save the game. To celebrate, here's your first recipe card. Roasted eggplants.
There's sesame and pomegranate. Meat free. Something tells me, if you ever want to talk, just come to the drawer. Jump it! Let's move out. Something tells me that, Chompets aren't really... First of all, for some, if like vegetables ever started to talking to me, one, I would just stare, and two, I would probably go to my room and never come out.
I'd be conflicted because if food started talking to me, I'd be like, oh no, I'm gonna starve to death because I can't food anymore because it's talking to me.
Really? Yeah, I have to eat.
Cabbage rudely slams the drawer closed. You wonder if what you just saw was real. You're slightly worried about what this means for your mental state, but only slightly.
Why only slightly? Hey, did you find the supplies?
You shake your head.
No, we have not found it. And totally lied. He actually put them in the bedroom. Idiot. Here you go.
You got the emergency supplies.
My question is, why is it folded? Karen leaves you alone.
You start a fire with some of the wood and get to work on cooking dinner. Tonight's entree, vegetable stew. In a large saucepan over medium heat, you heat some water with potatoes, carrots, and celery in it.
Wait.
15 minutes later, you drain the pan and set the vegetables aside. Placing some butter in a saucepan, you melt it over medium heat.
Is she cooking potatoes?
Throwing some chopped onions in, you cook it about 10 minutes. The onions are tender and translucent. Perfect. You next mix in some flour, salt, pepper, and heavy cream into the saucepan, adding the vegetables to the mixture. Mwah. Hours pass.
Again, art is beautiful.
We're back. More firewood than you'll ever need.
First of all, where'd you get an axe from?
We found some wild sorrel. Maybe tomorrow we'll have bigger bounty.
And totally burying the weed. We saw a red deer.
Mariah spotted it.
Aww. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, killed 17 spiders today while you were out looking at deer. Looking at deer. Yeah!
That should come as no surprise. There's over 160 species of spiders here.
160!
Don't worry, Mariah. I'm sure they were all in the bathroom or something.
No. Almost all of them were near the couch. Yeah! I was going to sleep on the couch. That's where 16 of them were. Well then, where was the other one at? I'm not sleeping on that couch then.
And there's only 2 beds in the bedroom. Don't sweat it, Mariah. I can sleep anywhere, so I'll sleep in the rocking chair. I'll sleep with one eye open, just in case any of them swarm the couch.
Thanks, Gregor.
Karen and Natalie, you two take the bedroom.
Thanks, big guy.
Joke's on you, Gregor. I always planned on taking one of the beds. Thanks, Natalie. I snored louder than a lumberyard.
Dick.
Sweet dreams, Trump.
You turn back to your bubbling vegetable stew and try a bite. This tastes pretty good. You cooked vegetable stew.
Why bold it, though?
You set the table and asked everyone to dig in.
Oh wow, this smells delicious. Thank you.
You must be a world-class chef.
Karen takes a bite.
It's bland as heck. Karen! Tastes like every other vegetable stew I've ever had. So generic.
Could probably use some meat next time.
Why is he under... I don't understand. Gross!
For a side dish, we could bake some bread and utilize the Frangaria vesca, also known as strawberries, for some jam.
You don't have to use some fancy words. Nobody cares, Pipsqueak.
Everyone laughs at Karen's polite ribbing.
That's not polite.
Nothing makes you happier than cooking a great meal for friends. This could very well be the best day you've ever had. You go to bed stuffed.
So technically, this is now day 1.
You up? How'd you sleep? I was so warm last night I didn't even need a blanket.
What time is it?
About 1 hour until dawn.
Well, there's no clock up here. Will you two pipe down? Trying to sleep over here.
Ah.
Don't make me yawn.
Gregor, the birds outside aren't making much noise yet. We didn't bring many supplies, remember? Better to get a head start on gathering food.
I honestly can't see the trees outside right now. Gregor? Did you see any spiders last night?
There was a small one in the bathroom.
Eek! Actually, I did see a centipede by the sink.
Mariah turns a little pale.
Karen's messing with you, Mariah. Let's find more wild sorrel today.
Gah!
If you're lucky, little guy, maybe I'll teach you how to catch some wild brown trout.
What's with you and meat, big guy?
Anatoly's herbalism book stated that there's many more species of plants to eat out here. So let's leave the fish alone. You know I'm not into meat. That's a shame. I'd wake up early to go fishing.
Cheer up, Karen. We'll get to observe the trout at the very least. Maybe we'll see more red deer today.
That sounds like a waste of time, Gregor. Maybe we'll find some blackthorn berries?
I love blackthorn berries. Haha.
We'll be back later. Can you watch our stuff today?
You nod.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Don't steal anything, okay?
You nod. Mariah, Anatoly, Gregor, and Karen leave the cabin with a hop to their step. You're alone, but thankfully you have a drawer of chompets to keep you company. Tutorial. Each day you'll be asked to explore a different part of the cabin. You only get one choice, then the day will end. Choose wisely. What do you want to check out today?
Let's talk with the chompets. Gotta see what they're up to. Hello! You almost crapped yourself.
You almost crapped yourself.
The other chompets are somewhere in the basement. So it's just us today. How about some fun cabbage facts?
You shake your head.
Great! Cabbage has 24 calories in 100 grams and is a great source of vitamins K and C. Purple cabbage has even more vitamin C than green cabbage.
Maybe you should ask Anatoly why that is when he gets back.
Globally, Russia eats the most cabbage. Pretty cool, right? I should have been a scholar instead of a world-class comedian. Since you've been so patient today, I'll give you the Chompette's secret recipe for Lebanese style tabbouleh. Not your normal meal, but I think you'll enjoy it.
You're not sure. To check out the recipe, go to the main menu under Gallery. Be sure to save beforehand.
Well, my work here is done. Chompette, Mossy out. Can you put me in the drawer? I want to surprise the others later.
You're extremely relieved that the cabbage has stopped talking. You shut the drawer as per her request. You look over the supplies and start planning your next meal.
We should check the kitchen just in case, you know? We're back!
Knock it off, Mariah.
It's pretty rare to be scared of one. It's not.
Who knew the big guy would be so scared of...
Shut up! You don't understand.
I don't think anyone understands Gregor. He was just a Marmot, Gregor, not a monster.
Mariah laughs so hard that your ears ring. Tears are rolling down Mariah's cheeks. She's laughing so hard that she's about to hyperventilate.
Oh no.
To stop Mariah from hyperventilating?
What? Shouldn't there be a choice?
Absolutely not.
What?
One less mouth to feed, right?
You don't get it. It's pretty personal.
Aww.
Then please explain, big guy. Gregor looks incredibly uncomfortable.
Let's leave him alone. We found some raspberries and elderberries near the cabin.
Quite the selection of berries.
We also found some more wild sorrel.
Is this going to be enough for a good meal?
Everyone is looking at you for an answer.
Except for him.
You decide to do an inventory of all the available ingredients. It takes you a while, but you decide on your specialty cabbage rolls. You first bring a large pot of water to a boil. You let the cabbage leaves boil for 2 minutes, drain the pot into the sink. In a medium mixing bowl, you combine some cooked rice, onion, and an egg, salt and pepper, along with some tomato sauce. You use your hands to mix thoroughly and decide to wash your hands after it won't come off. Dividing the rice mixture evenly between the cabbage leaves, you then roll them up and tie a string around them so they stay in one piece. You place the cabbage rolls in a large skillet over medium heat, pouring the rest of the tomato mixture over the top. Covering it, you bring it to a boil. You reduce the heat to low and let the cabbage rolls simmer for about 40 minutes, being sure to baste it with the liquid.
Wait, aren't you cooking over a fireplace? How do you make it low? How do you make the heat low?
Cooked cabbage rolls.
Again, why?
Mariah looks optimistic. Karen looks skeptical.
Of course.
And Natalie looks curious. Gregor looks thrilled. You watch intently as everyone takes the first place.
That's pretty darn good.
Wow, I could eat the whole batch myself. I think the vegetable stew tastes better, but I'm loving how tender the cabbage is.
The sauce is pretty red. You scared? Did you use fresh tomatoes for it? It really adds to it. Spoon some of the liquid on top of it. You'll thank me later.
Incredible! It's definitely growing on me.
It's definitely growing on me.
Thanks again for cooking. This really was something special.
Everyone leaves the dishes behind for you to do.
How rude. How dare you? Not happening. Not happening.
You settle in and go to bed.
Everybody goes to bed full. Tomorrow will be another great day. At least, we hope. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everyone.
Stop waking everyone up. Yeah. Oh no, she angry. Again, Gregor!
Can't you let us sleep in?
Not today.
Why?
Storm clouds are gathering outside. We need to find some food before it begins to downpour.
Gregor, you're overreacting. We have enough food to last us a while.
Enough food? I thought we used most of the supplies for last night's dinner.
He's right. The meal you made was delicious, but it used a lot of what we had. Gregor's also correct. Precipitation is unusually high in this area, with many areas being high risk for flooding. It'd be foolish to not go out and look for food today.
You really think it will flood?
Thankfully, the cabin is on high ground, but that doesn't mean we're safe from floodwaters.
No one. Absolutely no one. The squirrel on Antoli's back. Everything is awesome!
It's always a possibility, so it can't hurt to be prepared.
You're losing it, Gregor. Karen! There's nothing to worry about. I think Gregor's right, Karen. Huh? It won't hurt to prepare for the worst.
I think she's right, Karen. Fail to prepare to fail.
And Natalie, let's go out and prepare for the storm.
Foraging should be a key priority today. There are plenty of edible foods and it has better odds than trying to hunt. Give me a few minutes and I'll plot out our route on some paper.
Let me help, little guy.
Natalie and Gregor head to the bedroom to consult the map. Mariah and Karen are still hanging around. Tutorial. Unfortunately, in life, you can't make everyone happy. When given a choice to speak to a character, choose wisely. You can only select one of them. Try to max out your bond with certain characters for unique dialogue and scenarios. Which one would you like to talk to?
Let's talk with Karen, even though she seems, you know. Hey, this paper nailed to the wall looks pretty ancient. What were the old days like? Extremely brutal, really. Oh, really? You'll have to share the details with me later. Okay.
Karen will not be able to stomach your stories, but you still agree you'll tell her the details later. Karen will definitely remember that.
Why does she look so smug all the time?
Smug.
I mean, just look at that. Just look at her face. That weird smile she has all the time. The way she looks around with her eyes.
I don't know.
She seems like a weird character.
a shout from the other room. Gregor and Natalie come back from their meeting. Gregor is blushing slightly. Hey, can you cook something while we're out? You nod.
Where's the music?
Thank you. Alright, everyone. We have our route now. Let's beat those rain clouds.
The group leaves, determined as ever. You have the cabin all to yourself. What's that noise? Sounds like it's coming from the kitchen. Huh? Radio? What's going on with that radio? You didn't even notice it on the ground when you walked in. Did somebody leave this radio here? It looks newer than anything you've seen before. Seems to be broken. Better hold on to this. You got the strange radio. Before you cook dinner, what should you check out?
Let's inspect the kitchen.
You have nothing better to do, so you decide to talk to the trumpets.
Cool. Hello! Hello! Good to see you again. Onion! Thought you abandoned us. Why are you trying to fool them? What? Go ahead and make those meals you enjoy so much. Raspberry. No thanks! That vegetable stew? Gross. You already stunk up the cabin last night. Spare us a repeat.
Spare us.
Spare us a repeat. Onion. It almost smelled as bad as you, Stinky. Almost. Aren't you going to give them the recipe, Onion? I guess. Hey, ever notice those 4 humans don't give you any recipes? Those monsters. That's why you should spend more time with us. Right? Of course. I have a perfect recipe for you today. It will make the kitchen smell nice afterwards, and it will impress dinner guests.
You received the borscht recipe.
5-star chef. Cool. Don't burn down the cabin making it, okay?
You know.
Don't be a stranger. Trumpet! Mossy out.
You shut the drawer and wait for the others to return back. I'm getting to save.
Yeah. Just in case.
Mariah's back early today.
Hey. The others are still looking for food outside. And totally found some more berries. But nothing that will feed all of us. Please don't tell the others. But I'm a little worried about our supplies. I crunched the numbers, and we don't have enough food, even with rationing, to last if there's a big storm and we get stuck here.
Mariah seems disappointed in your inventory management.
Can you try cooking with a little less this evening?
You nod.
Thank you. You've done such a great job with meals so far. Why are you looking at us like that? Hey, I know you're worried, but don't give us that look. What are you... Oh, thank God. You're very sweet.
Is Mariah blushing a little bit?
Why does it seem like you're like we are Y/N? I mean we are, but it seems like We're Y/N in like every Wattpad story. Everybody loves us. Everybody adores us. Tee.
Mariah will remember that.
Cool. Maybe you can teach me how to cook sometime.
You nod.
Looking forward to it. Hey, you could hold cooking classes here someday.
Rudely interrupting a tender moment, the others burst into the cabin.
Don't be so down, everyone. We got tons of good berries.
Jam is so bland without any sugar. Do you have any sugar?
You shake your head sadly.
Yikes.
Turn that frown upside down, Karen. Who knows what tomorrow will bring?
A storm, probably. I'm not smiling for you, Gregor.
You missed out. The sunset was really tremendous on our way back. Hues of orange, red, even a little purple poking out.
Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning.
So we can expect a sailor's delight tomorrow? That's awesome.
I don't think so.
You're such an optimist, big guy. We must have walked a few miles today. Gorgeous sights. You could even see snow on the tips of mountains.
Where are you? Guys.
That rumble sounded like a dying calf. You looked from person to person, trying to determine who it was. Definitely Mariah.
Mariah! I'd recognize that sound from anywhere. Yeah! Guilty!
Mariah looks embarrassed, but the group laughs at her honesty. Except for you.
You have no sense of humor.
You search your mind for something to say, but all you can think of is an old riddle. Ahem. Those who have it do not want it. Those who have it least succeed. Those who have it for too long perish. When you feed it, it gets smaller. What am I?
Dust?
Try again, big guy.
How does he know?
Everyone is pondering the answer. Mariah's face lights up.
I got it! Is it hunger?
Correct!
Why so bold? Yeah, I was going to guess that. Yeah, right, Karen.
So, what's on the menu tonight, chef?
Bread and jam.
Bread and jam.
So
You crush the
boring.
berries in your small mortar and pestle, spreading it on some crusty bread.
Ew.
Cooked raspberry jam and bread.
The bread's a little tough.
Gregor, don't look a gift horse. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
But this homemade jam is to die for. Haha. Sorry.
No, you're right, Gregor. This bread stinks.
Mariah! Everybody laughs. You're not sure this could be called a meal, but it got the job done. Everyone thanks you for dinner and heads off to sleep.
It's a good day. Good day. Good day.
You go to bed wishing you had more.
What?
You have a strange dream.
Oh no.
Something is riding on your back,
Eh?
and it's becoming a nuisance. You try to see it in the mirror, but you can't get a good look at it. You try almost everything, but it won't get off. The pain between your shoulder blades is getting worse by the minute. You wander away from the cabin, stumbling by a river to soak your pain in cool water. You didn't want things to come to this, but you've exhausted all other options. You swim out to the middle. Rocks on the bottom cut your feet. You slip and fall to your knees. You lean back, trying to submerge the thing underneath the waters, But it won't drown, it won't drown, it won't drown. You splash frantically, plunging your head beneath the water. The current takes you downstream. You try swimming to the shore, but it's no use. Water fills your mouth and nostrils. After a minute, you stop struggling against the current. As you gaze up at the sky, you feel it leaving your back, drifting into the sky as you sink to the bottom. As you take your last gasp, you see what was on your back staring into your eyes, but you don't even have the air in your lungs to scream. You wake in a cold sweat.
What?
Wake up! Sorry, we're making strange noises in your sleep.
So we sleep in the living room. What's going on, Gregor? Did the lightning wake you up?
It woke me up. Tried to fall back asleep, but it's so loud.
Ugh. Let's just get back to sleep and talk about this in the morning.
Everyone nods in agreement and gets back to bed. Except for you. You can't fall back asleep. You still have goosebumps from the nightmare. Karen's snoring is louder than a sawmill. You find it very loud and very distracting. You don't sleep a wink. Everyone is now up and awake in the cabin. You hear the front door open and quickly slam shut. It naturally sounds petrified. I looked out the door and we're completely surrounded by floodwaters.
Looks like sailors take warning was more appropriate for today.
Maybe it'll clear up tomorrow.
You can't steal Big Guy's optimism, Karen.
Why the heck not? That's all he has going for him.
Heck. He's also good at chopping wood, though.
Knock it off, you two. Mariah, do you think it'll clear up tomorrow?
I give it a 27% chance of it clearing up tomorrow. Based on what? I was bored stiff, so I read a book on local precipitation levels for the last 20 years in the living room. Sounds like you're stealing Antoli's thunder. Antoli, you're a book nerd, right? Why didn't you read it?
Heck. Couldn't make it past the cover.
Is that right?
Yes?
That bookshelf has some great books on artisanal crafting and natural sciences. Why let them sit there gathering dust?
How did you arrive at a 27% chance of it clearing up tomorrow?
It's easy. Take the time of year, multiply it by a factor of...
Mariah begins to explain meteorology to you. She isn't dumbing any of this down.
It's similar to... where? So the first thing you need to understand...
Minutes of explanation feel like hours. You look over at Natalie. He's listening intently to Mariah. So intently, he hasn't blinked yet. You can see his eyes drying up. A tear rolls down one of his cheeks. This is brutal to watch. Mariah finally wraps up her lecture. She ends with a bow. Nobody claps. Tough crowd. Mariah, that was awe-inspiring.
You lost me a few minutes in, but it's okay.
I didn't understand a word of it. Haha.
Gah. Natalie turns to you. Anyway, there's no telling how long this will last. We can't leave the cabin until these floodwaters stop. I know our food situation is a little tight, but I know you'll make the right decisions.
I believe in you.
Me too.
It looks like we have enough leftover berries for more bread and raspberry jam.
I'll pass on the jam. Just give me more crusty bread.
Everyone laughs, except for you.
No sense of humor.
With everyone stranded in the cabin, you need to keep everyone fed and happy. You sneak out to the kitchen while everyone's still talking. You get out some crusty bread and get to work making some more jam. With the kitchen to yourself, you decide to check in on the trumpet.
Hello! Hello! Don't worry, as leader of the Chompets, I'll make sure none of the humans know about us. That big guy would try eating me like an apple, so definitely don't tell them about us. Are your plans going awry? Got another cornbread classic for you. Did you hear about the bread maker's bakery burning down? No? Her business is now toast. That one's been done to death. Do you know how raspberry and milk were introduced?
You tell her no.
Raspberry, milk, shake.
Ugh.
Did cornbread teach you that one? Nope. Wasted an entire day thinking about that terrible pun. Ha! It was well worth the time and effort, Raspberry. Maybe you'll win the annual Chompet comedy competition this year. Raspberry! Of course. Not while I'm here. I won't choke on stage this year. Isn't that every year, Bread? We still talk about that closing line, Bread. You're going to do great this year. Anyways, don't even think of eating us if you're hungry. Chompets stick together through thick and thin. Raspberry! Rain or shine. Feast and famine. Potato, I swear to God, repeat the line, or we're locking you up again. Life or death. That's right. Chompets, move out.
The Chompets somehow manage to close the door on themselves. You bring the crusty bread and jam into the room. Karen interrupts as you bring in the food.
Took you long enough.
Karen looks at the 2 slices of bread left and the mason jar of raspberry jam.
There's mold on these last 2 slices of bread.
Karen is right.
What the heck is the matter with you?
You grip the knife tightly in your hand.
You think this is enough? For 5 of us?
Wait. We can't throw this bread away. It's all we have left.
Gregor's right. And Tolly, where mold spores give us food poisoning.
I'm, no scientist. Sorry.
Let's pick off as much mold as we can. We can't leave with floodwaters, so this will have to last us another day.
Everyone grimly nods, ripping apart their piece like a pack of wolves. Gregor seems to unhinge his jaw and eat it all in one bite. He looks like a duck eating bread.
Oh, thanks again.
Thanks again.
Bread and jam isn't much of a meal, but it's more than we had when we left Ukraine.
Plenty of rainwater outside, so at least we won't die of dehydration. But until this storm is over, nobody should leave the cabin. It should clear up if we just give it a chance.
And Charlie, where are you getting that information from?
Well, one of the books on the bookshelf about the climate here.
You're illiterate! So that definitely is a lie.
Ugh.
I've seen him reading. Little guy's been studying.
I'm serious! He pretends to read those books because he wants us to think that he's smart. But I can tell he's just staring at the page, faking it.
What do you think?
I don't think Karen would lie about that. But then again, she was kind of being rude. So should we say that he can read, or should we say he's illiterate?
She has been quite rude.
True. Let's just be the nicer person. You must be going blind then.
Thanks. I don't know why Karen would make something up like that about me.
You aren't fooling anyone, Anatoly.
Karen has stormed off.
Thanks for backing me up.
Good to have someone so positive around.
Anatoly looks relieved. You think he'll remember that?
I guess let's call it a day.
Yeah.
Sure.
Everyone shuffles off to their sleeping areas. 10 minutes later. Hey. Karen likes to find somebody's weakness and use it against them when she's frustrated. Just wanted to thank you for backing me up earlier. You're very sweet to do that. Until he looks at you with a look of admiration. Heh. See you tomorrow. And Tully looks like he's blushing as he walks away. You're definitely sure Tully will remember that. You get ready for bed and put a blanket on. You go to bed very hungry. You don't dream the entire night, but you sleep through everyone waking up.
And that's how fast a deer could run if startled.
Whoa.
Incredible.
Impressive.
I wish we had a deer here. With the flood, with the food getting lower, let's just skip today's meal.
Shh. No.
It's only for one day. Various cultures and religions have practiced fasting throughout history.
That doesn't make it any better, Anatoly.
What options do we have? Our food wasn't rationed properly. Until he leaves, mumbling to himself. So passive-aggressive of him. Everyone goes to a separate area. Karen in the bedroom, Gregor in the living room, Ryan in the kitchen, and Anatoly in the bathroom. Who do you want to speak to?
Let's speak with Karen. Mainly because I want to check if she's not doing anything suspicious.
Looks like she's slicing away at a block of wood.
Hey, can I let you in on a little secret? I've actually enjoyed your cooking so far. The others expect me to be rude and mean. So I have to keep that reputation up, right? Can't have anyone thinking I'm soft.
You're not sure where this is coming from.
Promise me you'll give me some cooking lessons soon. Okay.
She's not ready yet, but you nod politely.
Thank you.
You're definitely sure Karen will remember that. You leave Karen by herself. Everyone looks pretty down this evening.
Wish the rain would just stop.
You're all doing great. We must be almost to the end of this nightmare.
I'm so hungry.
Me too.
You are too. You wish everyone a good night and get ready for bed. Right. You go to bed with a growling stomach. You have a strange dream. A boy is yelling at you in the kitchen. You keep telling him to lie down on the tray, but he keeps shaking his head, calling you names. So you do it. You lie down on the tray and make your body as flat as a board. You show him how it's done. His anger turns to courage, and he pushes you into the oven. As the stench of burning hair fills your lungs, you see him sneering back at you. You wake in a cold sweat.
What's with the creepy dreams?
It's getting creepier and creepier.
Probably because you are not eating anymore. Probably.
Getting less and less food. Eating more. Starving yourself will do that to you. Everyone seems to be sleeping in later than normal. Their stomachs must have kept them awake all night. The rain is still pouring outside. You can barely make out the trees from the windows. You hear a stirring of blankets, arms, and legs. Mariah looks petrified.
I couldn't sleep.
And Anatoly has bags under his eyes. This storm is too loud. Karen looks out of it.
The cabin was creaking so much last night. It sounded alive.
Gregor looks a little gone. I got a good look out the window.
And
Couldn't see anything due to the rain.
great observation, Gregor. I was so hungry last night. I kept pacing around my bed.
Karen turns to you.
When is this going to end?
I checked outside the door again. Floodwaters keep rising. Unfortunately, we're going to need to stay put unless one of us wants to drown in rainwater.
As soon as the weather lets up, we'll be able to scavenge for supplies.
How close is the nearest town?
I don't know.
Didn't you have a map on you?
I think I dropped it while we were running after Gregor.
I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Haha.
Mariah and Natalie go white as a sheet.
How are we going to find our way back now?
We'll have to ride out the storm. Mariah looks at you.
We're down to our last slice of bread. I don't know how much longer we can put off eating.
The group stares at you.
It will clear up in no time.
Maybe you're right. The group looks worried. They all gravitate to an area. You tell Gregor's putting on a fake optimism and Mariah's having trouble. Which one do you want to speak with today?
Let's speak with Gregor. Gotta make sure he's okay. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. I know you already searched the kitchen, but I had to double check. A fool's errand. I wish everyone was in better spirits. It can't rain forever, right?
Rainfall in this area can last days to weeks. You tell Gregor to stay strong.
You know what? Thank you. The group is really thankful for your kindness.
Gregor blushes a little bit.
I always wanted to be the one that kept everyone in good spirits. But it's obvious you do that much better.
Gregor is looking at you fondly. You're sure Gregor will remember that? The rain is pounding hard against the wooden cabin, but at least none of it's getting inside. You tell Gregor to keep his spirits up and join the others. You call everyone together. They all look grim. You could cut the tension in the room with the knife. Everyone is staring at you. They're expecting that last piece of bread for dinner. You bring it out. Everyone cannot take their eyes off it. You instruct everyone to take a pinch. And slowly all five of them tear it apart like wishbone. Everyone studies their piece of bread carefully, wondering how long it will last. Karen is first to eat hers. She chews each bite a few hundred times before swallowing. An athlete chews it cautiously, opening his mouth once he finishes each bite. Mariah nibbles on it silently, eyes wide, moving perspicuously. And Gregor just pops it in his mouth like a cherry. It's gone in an instant. The group thanks you awkwardly. It's not much. But you've run out of options. You wish everyone good night and get ready for bed. You go to bed starving.
We got another weird dream. No? Good.
Good morning.
Morning.
Let me check if the rain has stopped. It's still flooding.
What are we going to do?
Humans can live about 2 to 3 weeks without food. Water isn't a concern.
Rainfall should end in a day or two, right?
Actually, precipitation can occur more than 215 days a year here.
But do you really think it will rain that long?
And holy, it's been days already. What makes you think it will stop soon?
Relax, everyone. Let's see how long we can ride this out. Fingers crossed it's done by tomorrow.
Panic is slowly creeping in. Everyone's looking scared. But you need to survive. Karen and Gregor begin to discuss next options. Do you want to speak with Mariah in the kitchen? Or Natalie in the living room?
Who do you want to speak with? Hey.
Mariah looks relieved to see you.
How are you holding up? Not very good. That's very sweet of you to ask.
Mariah's looking at you intently. She gets a little closer to you.
I noticed you didn't use any meat when cooking. Usually I have to pick it out of the foods the others make. But you respected that. Thank you.
Mariah is looking at you with admiration.
I need to speak with Gregor for a minute. But thanks again.
You're definitely sure Mariah will remember that. You decide to check out the drawer again.
Huh?
You ask Potato where the others are.
They'll be back. They wanted to explore the labyrinth of tunnels around the cabin. Surely you've seen the mouse holes, right? They connect all over the cabin. Must have been some mouse that created them. Worse. Music. Anyways, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Things are going to get worse from here on out. height in inches. 4.7 times height in age in years.
Math.
Got it? No! No, of course not. For fun, let's try it out on someone here. Mariah. Using a Harris Benedict. She looks like she's 120 pounds. About 5 feet 5 inches tall. About 20 years old. Crunching the numbers, I think she'd need about 388 calories daily. But that's being abundantly
Abnormally.
staying unnaturally stationary. She'd have to lay in bed all day and night, just eating, breathing, and using her brain. Not very common when you're starving to death. People tend to get up more. If she was being very active, let's say swimming through floodwaters, we'd need to multiply that 1,388 calories by 1.9. So now she needs 2,638 calories per day. That's quite the difference, especially if you didn't ration the food properly, which you didn't. I guess that wraps up our first survival lesson. Hopefully we'll never have to speak again. Okay? Finally, that music is gone. It was creeping me out.
I don't think any of us can take this much longer.
Gregor's voice starts to crack.
I don't want to ask this, but it's time. One of us needs to go outside and search for food.
Everyone is silent.
I'll go.
Mariah.
I used to swim all the time near my house, so I probably have the best chance of swimming through the floodwaters.
No. Let me go instead.
You won't get very far if anything happens to your glasses, Natalie.
You're blind as a mole rat, remember?
That's true, but
Little guy, let me go.
Gregor,
Sounds good to me. Karen! His arms are definitely the longest, so he'd probably be the best at climbing trees out of all of us. No, that wouldn't be right. Gregor, let me go instead.
I get that none of these options are good ones, but we need to find food or help.
Gregor grabs a branch from the wood pile. He cuts it into different measurements.
Since we can't come to consensus, let's draw for it. We'll each pick one from my hand, and the shortest will go outside to search for food.
You're not worried about drawing. You saw Gregor cut the branch lengths, so you can tell which is the biggest one of the bunch. You pick it. You watch the others intently. Will it be Gregor? And Natalie? Karen? Will it be
Looks like I've got the shortest.
Mariah.
Mariah.
It's okay. I watched Anatoly forage earlier, so I'll know what to look out for.
Just swim until you find higher ground, then scout the area.
Maybe you'll find a fish out there.
Everyone looks heartbroken.
Karen, Antoli, and Gregor, I'll keep us alive. I promise.
She promised. Everyone watches as Mariah leaves the cabin.
I'm sad. Oh no.
The silence is deafening.
Goodbye. The door shuts behind her.
You can faintly hear her yell about how cold the water is, and then silence. Mariah has left the
What's
cabin.
with the happy music? That's nothing happy. I'm sure we'll see her again.
The rest of the group nods. Everyone stays up, waiting and waiting. The sun is completely set. One by one, each person quietly shuffles off to bed. You get ready for bed, and as you pass out, you have a strange dream.
Oh no.
The two women in front of you could be twins. One of them you recognize, the other is a guest. You ask the guest to sit on a shovel, and then you try pushing it into the oven. Her legs are so strong you can't get her into the oven. You curse at her repeatedly. Like this you hiss. You stretch out your legs until your toes are almost sticking in the coals. You feel 4 hands on your shoulders, and both of them push you in. The familiar smell of smoke and burning hair cause you to throw up on the embers. You can't let it in like this. You rip the metal door off the oven, tearing through the wood logs of the cabin. Screaming, you chase the two through the woods. Your burns chill with the wind. The guest looks behind her, and her eyes widen when she sees you. She's terrified. Your fury rips trees out of their roots, soil from the ground, rocks through their pits. You've never been this angry in your entire life. Their stamina can't last forever. You're gaining on them. As you trample through a field of wheat, the guest throws a piece of cloth behind her. You catch the glint of it in the sun, golden. As if by magic, the earth splits in front of you, creating a chasm of fire below. You fall into the pit, screaming as your eyes begin to sizzle from the heat. Hellfire fills your lungs. You're unable to scream anymore. You wake in a cold sweat.
Oh God.
Good morning. Do you think she made it to higher ground?
I believe in Mariah.
Me too.
She'll be fine. Right, little guy?
So what do we do? What do we do now? Just wait?
Karen?
How long? It's almost been a day since she left.
Natalie and Gregor look nervous.
Someone needs to go look for her.
We need to wait, Karen.
Wait for what?
The nearest town is miles and miles away. Waiting is all we can do for now.
So it could be days before she gets back? What are we supposed to eat? Mice?
Karen, I'm sure Natalie will agree, but we'll discuss next options when we get to it. Every waking thought is about food now. I never should have eaten that much. Karen's hands are involuntarily shaking. Gregor and Natalie just nod in agreement. They don't even need her to elaborate. You're sure Mariah will make it back? She promised. Everyone retreats to their areas. What do you want to do today?
Let's talk with Karen. I know no one else is doing good, but let's just speak with Karen. Hey. You don't have to lie to me. I know Mariah's not coming back. I don't know where she came up with her being the best swimmer. I guess the only one that would know would be Anatoly. Last summer, Anatoly would watch her swim from the shore. He could have been a lifeguard, such a good swimmer. She never went under, but if she did, he would have pulled her out easily. Why would she lie about something like that?
I can't stop thinking about that vegetable stew.
I'd be fine with the bread and jam.
I'd be fine with just the strawberries. Nobody else laughs.
I would kill for some vegetables right about now.
You would too. I'm going to try to get some sleep.
Good night.
No. You fall asleep quickly, but you only dream about desecrating a corpse.
What?
You wake in a cold sweat. In a completely different room.
What? Good morning.
Karen's looking worse. Will you cook for the group today?
The only option is cook.
You take out a cutlet of meat and begin to cook it in the oven. Cooked meat.
But there is no oven.
There's an oven right there.
Huh. Yeah, I'm waiting. Where did you get that?
You ignore Karen's question. What's that smell? Gregor finally gets off the couch.
Where did you...
The three are looking at you, salivating. You take the charred meat out of the oven, cutting into small cutlets. They immediately grab some off the plate, chewing ferociously. You take a piece and immediately devour it. You
Do you have any more of this?
We explain how the meat is stored securely hidden so you can ration better this time.
I understand.
Thank you.
Anatoly runs to the bathroom, puking in the toilet. You can hear him sobbing for a few minutes.
This taste is...
Gregor wanders off. Anatoly returns, looking choked up.
I was too weak.
Left you some of the meat. Don't fight it, Anatoly.
Anatoly takes a cutlet from the plate, turning his back to the group as he devours it. You can hear him crying.
Finally, my focus is coming back. Going to read some of those books. Keep them occupied, okay?
Karen leaves you with the men. Who do you want to talk to?
Let's talk with Gregor. Let me show you something. Hey. Oh, my bad.
Hey. Thanks for cooking the meat earlier. I was nearly passing out from the hunger pangs. Even if I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy, I appreciate the vegetarian dishes you made earlier. You really respected Maria's boundaries. Thank you.
Gregor is more dense than you gave him credit for.
If there's extras, slip me some extra meat. Okay?
Gregor will remember that. Excuse me.
Going to see how Anatoly is doing. Later.
You have the bedroom all to yourself. Where do you want to check first?
Should we check under the inside the nightstand? I mean, there could be something in there. What? Onion, what are you doing here? Don't be a crybaby. It's just me.
Onion! Boy!
Was just playing with some of the toys in this drawer.
Onion!
You're far too old to be playing with any of them.
You're never too old for toys.
True. Anyway, need to attend a secret chompette meeting.
Boy!
Smell you later. Huh? A newspaper?
June 26, 1862, another body of a child has been discovered within the city of Zakopane, with the remains stuffed into a barrel full of potatoes.
Ew!
The cause of death was identical to earlier victims, with significant blood loss due to multiple stab wounds to the stomach. This marks the fourth victim by the butcher of Zakopane in less than a month.
Wait. Does that mean...
You take the bloody newspaper with you.
Does that mean the chompettes are... children?
Hours pass. The meal gave everyone the perseverance to keep going. Eating will just make them hungrier. They're fine now, but soon they'll be begging for more.
We've waited long enough. What's for dinner?
I'm going to save.
Yeah.
Okay. You calmly explained that you want to ration the meat better this time, and there will be no dinner.
Fine.
I understand.
I guess I'd rather eat tomorrow than more today.
No arguments? Perfect. Everyone decides to call it an early night. You fall asleep instantly tonight.
Not another strange dream.
You have a strange dream. You're having dinner with a blacksmith, but he's not touching his food. The only light in the room comes from the oven. He clears his throat, stroking his beard. I can forge anything, he says. Your eye has been giving you issues lately, so you reply, forge me a new eye then. You laugh, but then the ropes come out. He ties you to your chair with the long ropes to prevent you from struggling. You rip the rope apart without even trying, so the blacksmith uses a thicker rope. No turning back now. He takes a hot poker out of the coals, holding it in front of his face. You can see his beard and eyes watching you. He slowly brings back the poker, aiming carefully for your eye, before plunging it through your skull with a sickening crunch. The force of the blow throws you backwards a few feet. You are unable to break the ropes. You vomit all over your chest. At the smell of your decimated eye floods your nostrils. The blacksmith stands over you, spitting on your body. You wake in a cold sweat.
Day 9.
You wake up to see Gregor looking out the window.
That would have been more than a week.
He turns to you, not smiling.
Take a look out the window. Do you notice anything?
Who's whispering? Pardon?
The floodwaters have receded a little bit, but everyone is still bound to the cabin.
The trail used to be completely visible. It's gone now.
Good morning, big guy.
Will Mariah make it back?
Wait, where's the squirrel?
This might sound a little crazy, but every night around 2 a.m. I can hear her outside. She makes this awful gurgling noise, like she's trying to get water out of her lungs. Have you heard her, Gregor?
Sometimes when the rain gets faint, I think I can hear her whispering.
I haven't heard anything like that.
When she's whispering, it's like she's trying to tell you something, right?
Oh God!
Yes!
I sometimes hear her crying through the radio. But that's just a broadcast, right?
I think we should have another piece of meat for breakfast. One step closer to Mariah. It's what she would have wanted.
What's gotten into you, Aunt Natalie?
And Natalie's eyes look at you begging. Bring us another slab. Please. He clearly doesn't have the stomach for it. I can't get the taste out of my mouth. Please help me.
Aunt Natalie?
Gregor looks pained in Natalie's words.
I think he's right. Please, bring us more of that meat.
You grab some of the meat from your secret hiding place. You cut it into squares, adding it to boiling cauldron water. It will taste bland without any seasoning, but you need to serve it up right away. What's taking so long? Boil it faster.
It looks almost done. Patience.
It's finally finished. You serve the meat in bowls. Gregor drinks the broth first before swallowing the chunks whole, like a dog does when eating bread. And Natalie creates ripples in the broth using the spoon he is eating. I'm sorry about earlier, everyone. I don't know what overtook me. Mariah. Anatoly begins to weep. You look over at Karen. You didn't notice her even start to eat. There's just an empty bowl now. Karen is staring right at you.
How much more meat is left?
You explain how most of it has gone bad. This is the last month.
Gah! How could you be so careless again?
You remember Karen's knife. You need to think fast.
What the heck are we supposed to do now? What? Right around again? This storm isn't ending!
You clear your throat. Anatoly, yes. I think tomorrow you should look for Mariah. Or forage for plants outside.
I think you should go tomorrow, little guy. Nobody else can identify edible plants like you.
Aye, aye.
Please, Anatoly. You can swim back after a few hours.
Gregor is right, Anatoly. Maybe you'll find Mariah out there.
I think Mariah's fine by herself. He still hasn't accepted what happened yet. She doesn't need anyone's help. But we need your help, Anatoly.
That's right, Anatoly. Please help us.
Let me sleep on it. Okay?
No problem, little guy.
Everyone shuffles off to their rooms, reading books and knitting to pass the time. You go to bed ravenous. Something is approaching.
Onion!
Hey! Don't be a crybaby. It's just me. Onion! We're not going to be very sweet today.
Boy!
I'm worried about Anatoly.
Boy!
He's going to cave to peer pressure. Can you stop him from leaving the cabin?
You don't answer, Onion.
Please? Don't you trust me?
Shake your head.
Got a fun factoid for you.
Boy!
Did you know that leaving out an unpeeled onion in your room absorbs bacteria? It will help prevent colds and ward off viruses.
Onion.
That was a lie. The fun factoid of that myth, people actually believed it in the 1500s. How embarrassing.
Who would believe that?
Nah.
Boy, boy.
There even was a doctor in 1919 who caused a surge of people believing it. Anyways, you know what smells like a raw onion left in a room?
Boy, boy.
You! It's been a while since your last bath, right?
You can't remember.
Could smell you before I even came into the room.
Onion.
Yikes. So, can you stop Antoli from leaving? I know he has cabin fever, but this is ridiculous.
Stop.
Okay.
Onion.
Please. We don't need another one. Stalking the hallways, tapping on the windows, crying through the radio. Why do you think I've been using the mouse holes to get around?
Onion.
Scared to death that I'll run into her. Don't make me tattle to Cabbage about you. She can be as mean as Potato if you get on her bad side.
Yeah, we've done St. Potato's scary side.
Onion. Onion.
Just kidding. She's great. Anyways, when the time comes, just tell Antoli you care about him and don't want him to leave. Even if it's for me, okay? You can trust me. Now, if you excuse me, I need to work on some new ice skates.
Boy, boy.
They're made of butter slices, so I'll get to skate around the frying pan tomorrow.
Onion.
Later!
Your mind finally manages to forget everything that happened. You fall asleep again, still ravenous.
It's already been a week. And, well, 3 days.
You have a strange dream. A fox is collecting payment in your living room. You despise him, so you put 2 dogs at the bottom of a sack. Then add 6 chickens on top. The fox smiles at you and leaves. At some point in his journey, the fox will eventually open the sack, and the dogs tear the fox in half. Filled with such loathing for the fox, you gave him the only things you had for food, all of those chickens. As the snow piles up outside, you begin to eat whatever you can find. Pillowcases, candles, leather. One day you wake up and you have nothing left to eat. Absolutely nothing. Just as insatiable hunger. A few days later, you go mad and leave the cabin, completely ravenous. A nearby tree looks like charred meat. Your iron teeth cut through the tree bark, tearing your gums apart by the splinters. Your mouth fills quickly with blood. Days later, a deer gallops by, the first creature in the woods to see your corpse. You wake in a cold sweat.
Why do we always wake up in the living room?
Something smells terrible in the living room. Someone puked in a corner. You wipe it up with a rag to save them the embarrassment. Good morning.
Good morning, little guy.
Well, Antoli, what's your decision?
I barely slept last night. Her whispers came through one of the holes in the floor. She kept telling me to come outside.
We don't want to rush you. One of us puked last night.
So that's what that smell was.
Antoli, my patience is wearing thin. You have 1 hour to make a decision.
Why? Why so quickly?
Because I'm not waiting any longer.
You can see the glint of Karen's knife under her dress. Best to watch out for that knife. The group disperses, tensions seem to be rising. You have 1 hour to kill. What do you want to do?
Should we talk with the Chompets? Or talk with Karen? Because I believe that we cannot make a grown man to leave the cabin.
I don't think it'll do any good to talk to the Chompets.
Let's just talk with Karen, I guess. Hi. Keep this between us. I'm not giving Anatoly a choice today. He's going outside. Do I make myself clear? I don't want her to cut us, so let's be careful. Yes. Good. Thank you for understanding.
Karen cracked a smile.
Just don't kill us, okay?
He's crazy.
I know! Don't kill us. Right? Now, get everyone together for a meeting and let's get him to leave.
You call everyone together to discuss the next steps.
Anatoly, you okay, little guy?
Anatoly looks pale, like he's going to pass out.
Anatoly, have you made a decision?
Yes. I'll help you all out. I promise.
Thank you, Anatoly.
Big tears rolled down Gregor's cheeks. I'll miss you, big guy.
I'll miss you, little guy.
Thank you, Anatoly. I know this wasn't easy, but it's for the best.
Karen,
Yes?
hi. Gregor looks at you expectantly.
Did you want to say anything to Anatoly?
You say nothing.
You say nothing.
Goodbye, Anatoly.
Goodbye, everyone.
Good luck, little guy.
Anatoly has left the cabin.
See you soon, little guy.
I guess all we can do now is wait. Good night.
Karen goes to the bedroom to sleep. I didn't tell him the truth. Gregor is getting choked up.
I didn't tell him. Missing him already.
Gregor curls up on the couch for the night, turning his back to you. You shut your eyes, quickly falling asleep. You hear scraping from the floor.
Found you.
You explain how this isn't a good time right now.
This is no laughing matter. I'm worried about Gregor. He's as tall as a tree, but as dumb as a brick. What's the root of that? Another cornbread classic. You're being very unpopular right now. That's a tree reference. Get it? Anyways, you need to protect Gregor from the red-haired woman. Cabbage called an emergency Chompette meeting and told me to give you this mission. Watch out for that knife and protect Gregor at all costs. Understood? It's the least you can do, right?
You tell Brad that pun didn't make sense.
On a roll today. I'll see you around.
Brad hops away, squeezing himself through the mouse hole with a small pop. You fall asleep thinking about what Brad told you. You have a strange dream. It's lying on the table in front of you. You take off the glasses first, partially cracked, and set them down next to the workbench. Working the saw, you wrap the cuts in an old newspaper. Some of it gets soggy immediately, so you begin drying the cuts with a towel before wrapping. Much better. You hear something approaching, so you clench a fist and get ready to strike whatever's coming for you. You wake in a cold sweat.
Day 11. Hooray!
Wake in a totally different place. Did you sleepwalk or you found some meat? Everybody's still asleep. This will be a nice surprise after yesterday's events. You decide you cook breakfast for everyone, cutting each slice fairly thin. You brown each side in the oven. The smell is unique. Karen runs into the kitchen.
What is that smell? Give it to me. Now.
You don't argue. Karen grabs a cutlet, burning her hands before bringing it to her mouth.
Ack!
She hungrily devours it, barely chewing. She grabs another cutlet off the plate and eats it. You thought she was concerned with rationing. Gregor wakes up from the couch and heads into the kitchen.
Oh God. Already?
Gregor looks conflicted, but he succumbs to the hunger. They always do. Gregor eats his food in a few bites, carefully grabbing the second cutlet. The tears start streaming down his face, but he doesn't make a sound. You join them in the meal, quickly consuming the meat on the table.
I can think straight again. We'll be out of here in no time. No need to ration anything now.
Karen is sounding more determined than before.
I'm going to lie down on the couch. Try to keep this food down.
Gregor crawls onto the couch, turning his back to you. Karen leans in to whisper.
I'm glad Mariah and Tully are gone. They were stopping us from bonding properly. How did you get so good at it?
You tell Karen.
After one bite, it just made me feel whole again. Even with the nightmares, it's worth it. It took a few nights, but I fought back. And now it's all I can think about. I read the book on necropsy. The text is ancient, but the diagrams are beautifully drawn. Very descriptive. How many years did it take you to perfect the craft?
You tell her.
Yeah, right. I used to tell Mariah that you weren't funny, but that's not true. Sorry about that. You've grown on me.
Karen pauses, deep in thought.
You know Gregor can't swim, right? He'd be the next to leave. But he doesn't stand a chance outside. They always seem to come back, right? In one way or another. Why wait for him to come back?
Karen hands you a vial of liquid.
I think you know what needs to be done. This is a strong anesthetic. Don't ask me how I found it. I want you to slip this into Gregor's mug tonight. This is for the best. He won't feel any pain until he wakes up. All you have to do is stand back and let me work with him.
This request is beyond extreme.
Will you do this for me? No! No, we will not do this! Shh. Fine. The right decision. Save that for a rainy day. I have everything set up by the couch. You don't have to watch. The restraints should be easy to apply myself. Gregor's strength is a farce. What? Gregor? Hi!
Hey, Karen. What are you doing? Untie me! Oh my god!
This will be over soon, Gregor.
Ah! Stop! Stop! Ugh.
Gregor has turned silent. You leave her alone, going into the bedroom and crawling into the bed Anna totally slept in. You fall asleep almost instantly.
Why would she do that to Gregor? She's a psychopath! Wake up, sleepyhead. Wait, who's that? Mariah? You were having a nightmare. Thanks for letting me practice last night. I think I did a great job. Made us all some breakfast this morning to celebrate.
Breakfast? With what?
That's a surprise. Gregor already finished his. It took a few hours, but he caved. Come on, let me show you.
You get out of bed and head to the living room.
Oh my god. Gregor,
Why?
he's a little weak from the blood loss, but don't worry. Bandaged him up like a field medic. What is it, Gregor?
Where am I?
God, you're stupid. Maybe if you spent as much time reading books as chopping wood, you you would have noticed the pages I was bookmarking in the necromancy book.
What are you talking about?
Do I have to spell it out for you? You can't swim. How are you supposed to help us out when you immediately drown? You sink like a dog.
Log.
My bad.
What?
I put some of your limbs away for safekeeping. That leg was pretty tasty, huh?
Gregor goes pale.
How's that for a big breakfast? And don't try to crawl away. If you leave this couch, I'll end you. I don't want any of it to go bad, so we'll have to eat that fresh arm when everything else is gone. Speaking of which, going to start cooking another chunk. I'll leave you two alone to chat.
This has gone too far.
Hey. All I wanted to do was keep everyone alive and together.
Gregor.
But I failed all that. Are you disappointed in me?
No.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Growing up, nobody had to tell me to be big and strong. It just happened naturally. My mother always made sure I never went hungry. Seconds, thirds, fourths, and yet I complained my belly was not full. One day on my way home from school, I was walking by the town inn and smelled something amazing coming right out of a pile of trash. I dug through it and discovered a bag. They threw away a meal that was fresh out of the oven for some reason. At least that's what I thought. I became ill with food poisoning. I hugged the toilet and cried for hours. My mother rubbed my back and eventually carried me to bed. I learned nothing from that experience. Like everywhere else, I was just here for the food. I'll never get this foul taste out of my mouth. She's going to keep eating me. I'm sorry. Getting too lightheaded to hold a good conversation. Haha. She's going to torture me again. You know that, right?
You nod. Gregor grows a little more pale.
Can you cover me with a blanket? I've never been this cold. This cabin, it chills me to the bones. Or what's left of them. Please consider it my dying wish.
Yes.
Thank you. Much warmer now. Watch out for that knife, okay?
Gregor begins to look at peace. You watch the last of Gregor's air escape his lungs.
What the heck do you think you're doing?
You tell Karen that Gregor gave up.
We could have kept him alive for another week. What's wrong with you?
try to find the other remains. Gregor. You look at the pile of dishes and your mind starts to wonder.
Hello!
Let's play hide and seek. What's wrong with the music? There's 5 of us to find.
Yes, Manila!
Can you find all of us? The red-haired woman should know where the basement key is. And I bet one of us is hiding down there. She's whittling something in the rocking chair right now. So watch out for that knife. Wait. Isn't that your knife? Why did you let her have it?
You shrug.
As the leader of the Chompettes, it's important you find all of us. So please don't forget any of us.
Yeah!
Good luck!
Cabbage rolls away and tries to hide. Why would Cabbage want to play hide and seek right now? You have been neglecting the Chompettes lately. Can't hurt to play along with them, right? You go talk to Karen in the living room. Looks like Karen's just slicing away at a block of wood.
Gregor's remains have been stored for safekeeping. Scrubbed all the blood out of the couch to save you the trouble. Can I help you? Have you seen the basement key anywhere? Wasn't it in the kitchen? I haven't seen the key.
You decide to go in there. Thankfully, there's not too many places for Cabbage to hide. Where do you want to check first?
Let's check out the cauldron.
Nope, still filthy back there. You definitely aren't cleaning anything up back here. You need to find Cabbage.
The cauldron, maybe?
Here's some rustling around.
Yep. Found her.
She always picks the same hiding spot.
Whee! Cabbage!
Ah! You found me! Well done! As the leader of the Chompettes, getting through mouse holes is a chore. Can't find any Chompettes to push me through. So I guess you'll have to help me out. 4 Chompettes left to go. What's next, Cabbage? Glad you asked. Keep it up. You'll be a member of the Chompettes in no time. What?
You asked Cabbage about the basement key.
Cabbage!
Did you forget again? It's right near that nasty oven.
There's nothing but a big pile of ashes in the oven. You found the basement key.
Yeah!
There it is.
That's to the room where we found Potato. Check behind the cauldron. Oh.
Check behind the cauldron for the other one. What?
You got the basement entrance key.
Let's go find Onion. He's hiding in the bedroom. She's making hide and seek far too easy. Chompettes!
Hoo-hoo!
Find Onion!
Cabbage rolls down the hallway. Can't hurt to find onion, right?
Blow the bed.
Well, that was easy.
Don't be a crybaby. It's just me.
Onion!
Today,
Onion! Onion!
I'm sweet as a sugar cane.
Boy!
Honest. Wow, your breath stinks. Drenched head to toe in sweat too. Could smell you coming a mile away.
Onion!
Gross. Were you scared of the red-haired woman or something? Whoa.
Boy!
Sounds like I missed some messed up stuff. You get a pass. I'm sorry to hear about Mariah, Anatoly, and Gregor. But yikes!
Boy!
That's 3 people gone in less than a month. Not as bad as 5 people in one night though, right? Why are you saying that? Onion. Onion!
Onion!
I would probably lose my lunch if I had to see that again. But your food. You don't eat. Anyways, didn't mean to be rude. I got your back.
Hello!
Glad to have you join us, Onion.
Boy!
No problem. There's nothing else to do today.
That's not true.
I heard Brad making noises in the living room.
Boy!
You know how loud he can get.
Cabbage!
Bread? The one and only. Chompets!
Help!
Let's move out!
Your party is quickly expanding.
3 Chompets left.
3
Huh?
Chompets left.
Huh?
You're getting a terrible headache. And your face is feeling numb. And your legs aren't moving.
Huh?
Oh well. You do some timid breathing exercises for a few minutes. That seemed to help. You suddenly feel a second wind coming on. Time to get that bread. You proudly strut up to the living room, happy to be alive.
Like a boo.
Bread. You hear bread come out of the mouse hole. He's taking a sweet time.
Found me! Everyone's secretly favorite Chompet, Bread. No one likes you. Don't you loaf me? My cousin Cornbread taught me that one. He has hundreds, no, thousands of terrible puns. He's my role model. So what do you need?
You tell Bread about gathering the Chompets together.
That's pretty crummy idea. That's a pretty crummy idea. Remember what happened last time? With Potato? What? I mean, we all chose to be in that drawer, but this, you're going against the whole grain here. Do you really think we want to go back downstairs?
Cabbage!
Bread, we need your help finding Potato.
Onion!
Miss you, big guy. Come help. I would never let the Chompets down. That's not funny. No need to pass my culinary quiz. I'm coming with you. That's great, Bread. Glad to have you on. Wait a minute. He just called Brad Big Guy.
Of course.
Who called? Wait. Are you drilling?
All three Chompettes are staring at you.
Boy!
Are you thinking of eating us?
You accidentally lick your lips.
Cabbage!
Snap out of it! You already ate! We're not good for that! You glutton. Did they pass out? Holy cow! Get them up! So heavy! What was that?
You stumble to your feet.
Let's go find Raspberry and never speak of this again.
Boy, boy!
I think I heard her over by the basement door. Perfect! Chompette,
Yes, ha!
Mossy out. This is...
Your head feels like it's going to crack open. Your hands have gone completely numb. This one is lasting longer than the others. You focus on wiggling your toes for a minute. You didn't pass out cold on the floor.
Yay!
2 more to go. You go check out the basement door.
It's not giving you an option anymore.
Where is she? You feel a chill run up your spine. Goosebumps are all over your body. She's here. The birds outside turn silent. You could hear a pin drop. You can almost hear her breathing. You feel a sudden urge to scream.
You can't sneak up on me. Don't ever try that again. Surprise! Found you, Raspberry!
Raspberry!
Oh, wow! It's very nice to see you, Cabbage! We wouldn't leave you behind, Raspberry.
Boy!
Honest! We need your help finding Potato.
Yes, my dad!
Our combined Chompette detective skills says he's in the basement. Oh, yeah? Let's find Potato and get out of here.
Raspberry has joined the party.
I don't have a good feeling about
One
this.
more to go.
Don't worry, this basement is already unlocked. Oh crap! The red-haired woman is coming over here! Chompette!
Yes,
Let's hide out!
You pretend to be studying the basement door. You hear Karen creeping up behind you.
Found you.
You can see the knife out of the corner of Karen's dress. I don't know if I can wait any longer.
Show me where you keep hiding the meat. Let's tear them apart piece by piece. Just like regular.
Karen looks like she's ready to bury the knife into you. What do you do?
Tell her about the basement. We need the Chompette's at. So that's why it's locked. Open it. I have to see the room.
You unlock the basement door.
Thank you. I'll bring up some cutlets. I'll bring some cutlets up.
And we'll have a great dinner.
Okay. See you soon.
you just lock the door?
You block out the screams of rage and bargaining.
I don't like where this is going.
Given enough time, they will end. You crawl into bed and go to sleep.
Day 13. Yay!
You slept in today. The pounding has completely stopped. You really need to go to the bathroom. You decide to open your eyes. You must have walked into the bathroom last night. The glow of the candle is oddly comforting. The candle blew out, and the door is locked. You find a flashlight in the corner of the bathroom and turn it on. You're in the dark, but you're not alone. Click on objects around the bathroom to get more information or find hidden clues. If you're stuck, just wait a little bit to see the glint of objects to inspect around the bathroom. Just move around your cursor to search the room.
Cabbage. Hello.
Are you locked in the bathroom again? What do you mean? You tell her about the candle being blown out. Why did you laugh? Maybe you just need to try wiggling it a bit? What's around here first? We gotta check. Just in case before we miss something. Sometimes the simplest method is the best one. Now, if you excuse me, need to conduct the next secret Chompette meeting. Later. Well, getting locked in the bathroom is enough excitement for one day. You get under the covers and quickly fall asleep. Okay, day 13. Day 14, okay. Wake up, sleepyhead.
Oh God. Karen? Just in your imagination again. Karen can't still be alive, right? Somebody's at the door. You grip the doorknob tightly, getting ready for what's next.
Gregor? Gregor! This isn't funny. Gregor?
That can't be the real Gregor. You determine the haunt has officially begun. Some spirits move on immediately, others linger. And some stop at nothing to give you a heart attack, or get you to fall down a flight of stairs, or cause you to wander into an early demise. No way of knowing which one the group will choose. The rain has stopped outside. You decide to go look out the window.
I saw something! I saw that!
Yeah, I saw that too.
Who was that?
It looked like Mariah.
Oh no.
The floodwaters are completely gone. Karen would appreciate the good news, but not after locking her in the basement. No good reason to leave the cabin. Plenty of food here now.
What are you talking about?
You've been so busy, you've forgotten to eat. You head to the kitchen for a snack. Karen's hiding spot was too obvious. You take a few bites of meat. You lost more of your humanity.
What?
Not fresh enough. Oh well. You decide to crawl back into bed and get a little extra sleep.
What?
What?
You can't survive that long. You have a strange dream. Those clouds have parted. The rain has gone away.
You wake in a cold sweat.
What?
Is this another trick or... Good morning. She's still sticking around. You head to the kitchen to get breakfast. Your food is gone. That noise was coming from the living room. Anatoly? Nobody's here. Some deep scratches are dug into the wood by the couch. Something is approaching. What's making that noise?
What the?
It sounded like it was coming from the basement door. You go over to investigate.
There's hot dogs, chili, and slaw. April, if you're hungry.
A cold wind is blowing through the hole in the door. You get goosebumps all over your arms.
Don't open it. Don't open it.
Is this a...
Oh God, Jesus Christ! It was not doing it.
You wake in a cold sweat. Okay, I'm gonna have to save it there. This has been fun, but we're gonna have to save it here.
Yeah. We'll play again some other time. Right? Well, that was all for Cooking Companions.
That is all for Cooking Companions. We will get back to it, and thank you everybody for joining in with me, Lisi, and Lola. Have a nice day.